Podcast warriors ain't afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the cancel toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Let's BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, welcome back to episode 120. Where am I at? I'm over there. Episode 120, and just a heads up, this is our first week off Patriots Prayer Network for just scheduling reasons and just a sense of independence. We decided to break away from those guys, which are all great. Nothing against them. They've got great doors opening for them, and more power to them. We really wish we could invest more into what we do. Unfortunately, we do quite a bit already. And it's not just this show, but we produce a couple other shows and stuff like that. So we kind of got to consolidate and focus on Indian River Connections and To The Point podcast. So here we are, episode 120 with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Exclusive
this is Leo
on To The Point podcast channels.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, we had a great time on PPN. It was a great experience, and
we learned a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All great
people.
Guys.
We got to know people. That's how you get to know people nowadays. Thanks to the internet. Thanks to
some of our great interviews.
Starlink.
Some of our great interviews
Mike Starlink.
We got to meet
you,
through PPN.
For sure,
for sure. Dale and Jim, Two Guys on One Coop, have left PPN also. They joined forces with FuryCast. If you haven't caught any of FuryCast's shows, I'm picking up little pieces because no one's told me, but they're kind of like a network, and they're like another Patriots kind of network. And Dale and Jim will be doing their show on the normal days over there also. And I was on Crash at Night, their show with the guy's name's Chris. That's all I know is because on X he's Crash. So it was a great show, 2.5 hours. Boy, my freaking tailbone hurt when I got off this chair, and it was way past my bedtime. You guys were probably fast asleep when it started. And but it was awesome show, and I appreciate it if you're listening. It was on X Talk Live. They do a show. I don't know if it's daily, but him and Kitty, Zero Dark Kitty on X, they do a show. It's on Rumble and on X and stuff like that, but make sure you follow the Rumble. And everybody, if you're watching any independent creators on YouTube, man, just download the Rumble app. It's free, and follow all your favorite people there also. And even if you still gravitate to YouTube, but follow them on Rumble, and watch them on Rumble, because the app's coming a long way, and it's very hard to get people to hit the follow button, and then it's a little confusing. Rumble needs some to do some work, but follow us there and on X and Facebook and all that.
Not just on X and Rumble, there's other platforms that we also have and use and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just give us that like, give us that. You don't even have to subscribe, just give us that like or give us a follow or share it, hit that button, just share it.
And the other thing that's nice about Rumble versus YouTube is you can actually speak your mind and do things that YouTube's not going to allow you to say or do without taking strikes and possibly getting your channel taken down. So they're very big. They block a lot of Second Amendment rights on YouTube, for example. And on Rumble that you don't have to do that.
Even compared to X, Rumble is probably higher on the tier of free speech platforms, because even on X, there's issues on X and throttling down and locking accounts. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's still a framework there.
Why though? Why do you think they're still kind of like that though?
I don't think it's so much censorship more than like throttling.
Right.
I don't know. And there's bots involved too, because people use these bots that help build your account unauthentic. It's hard to grow. I mean, X isn't very hard, but Rumble, it's super hard, man. It's we had one person, we had a guest, Jordan Clark, who was hot on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he was building a Rumble channel. So he had a lot of people that would follow him over to Rumble. Like if he told them to go
Right.
to Rumble, they'd go to Rumble. Well, we did an interview with them on PPN, and they found our Rumble channel and followed that. So that was a nice little boost, but it's still pretty hard to get. You get the views, don't get me wrong, but the follows and the subscribes and the thumbs up, you don't see that. But anyways, we got some news. What is it? It's June 4th. We don't have a sponsor for this show, but we do have Warrior Shield Weekend, which I know I'm attending the Friday Night Hero Fest concert in September. So we'll play.
I'll probably be there as well too.
All right,
I'm just usually a last minute person.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna.
Me, but I'll be there.
Hope we're still doing a podcast with two guys on one coop.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And either way, I'm going to the concert. And it's gonna be some fun. And spend the night in Orlando. And try not to drink the water. So I heard the water's a little crazy in Orlando. Leo, you're gonna have to stay away from the water in Orlando.
Yeah, no, I've stayed away from I've stayed away from the water since Easter. Easter is the last time that I've had any dirty water.
Yeah. So, anyways,
what's up, man, Vince? How was your day? I see you went out there to
River
what is it
Ranch.
called? Yeah, River Ranch. I was trying to find the other word for River Ranch. You went out there sightseeing. Out there
went
in
out with the side by side today. And
Vince, you have a YouTube channel you put videos on, don't you? What is that called? River Ranch
Riders at River Ranch Riders on YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna work on some branding for that though. Yeah, you'll see. You can go follow Vince's channel on YouTube if you're paying attention, and it's some pretty cool. I like those time lapse videos. Just hauling ass through the trails. It's pretty cool. And if you're not in Florida, it's pretty cool. I mean, check it out. It's actually a big piece of property where a lot of people own access deeds to, and there's an old hunting camp. Now it's kind of like a riding club.
And on the land of River, like there's no plumbing, you can have wells, there's no power ran, so you're either using generators, solar power. So it's no permanent structures are supposed to be built, no concrete foundations, stuff like that.
Right.
Keep it pretty toned down.
Yeah,
they do have
you
some
got
food trucks
full
out
on camps out there though.
Oh yeah,
whole
there's some big
barns and
ones.
patios. It's like redneck Riviera.
They moved a lot of the food trucks to one area. They've almost got like this court area with like 5 food trucks. Some people hate it, some people like it.
Yeah. Anyways, if you're watching at home, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, follow Vince's YouTube. Leo's got an Instagram out there too, but we're all on X. Make sure you follow us on X. Have you guys been paying attention to the news?
A little bit.
Did you see that Ukraine attack on Russia the other day? I didn't really pay much attention to it, but the more I thought about it,
what's up with that? I saw something on the news, but it was just like I saw Putin up there and I seen somebody else up there.
He's pissed. Shit's gonna hit the fan.
And I was just like, I'm not even gonna listen to this shit until it's all over with, because you know how I feel about fresh new stuff that comes out. I normally like to wait.
Yeah,
well,
that's what we're finding out more.
So what's going on?
Just when you think that it was starting to dwindle down, maybe.
There's a lot of controversy here. This actually could be our big story tonight. So
educate me.
Over the last 14 months, they've been smuggling in
who's been
Ukrainians or who knows? Who the fuck knows? Okay. We're gonna call them Ukrainians. They've been smuggling in parts to drones and weapons and stuff like that into Russia, where they assembled them and they kind of attach them. You know how you can buy those ready-made cabins, or TED sheds or something like that.
Everything you need to build.
Right. So they kind of incorporated these into these sheds on trucks and stuff like that, and then just at the right time, at the planned time, they got as close as they can to these specified areas, and they released fucking hell on Russia's nuclear arsenal as far as their delivery system. So all their bombers and stuff like that, high-tech surveillance planes, these drones are like kamikaze drones, I think they call them, and they're highly sophisticated, but yet they're one-time use. You fly them into your target and boom, that's it. It's like a flying missile, but it's pretty sick warfare. But I mean, that's a pretty bold freaking move. From what I saw, it was I could have the number wrong, but I want to say like over $4 billion in
I
hardware. I think it's more than that though.
I don't know. I mean, this could be the turning point where Putin just says, "All right, we're gonna annihilate you."
Well, him and Trump had a phone conversation today, I believe it was, and Trump had. Oh, I had it too.
Oh, and keep in mind, they didn't just Ukraine didn't just do this behind Putin's back. They did this behind Trump's back too. So I'm sure Trump's not happy about it either.
No. Well, there's the question though. Is he, or did he know about it, or did he not know about it? Because people are like, there's no way Trump would have known about this. But then again,
Yeah, I don't.
If
think
he
did.
feels stabbed in the back, he would have been burning down Rome right now. On Twitter, you would know it. And he's been quiet. So it's almost like he didn't give the green light, but he kind of knew, there's question. I don't know.
I can't believe though that he would want that.
Well, some say that he knew Putin didn't want to negotiate. So something's got to break sometimes. I don't know what's wrong with Leo.
Well, what's going to break is if he knew about it, then he knew that the end result's probably going to be Putin wiping them out.
Maybe.
He's probably just sitting back waiting to see what happens.
He knows how the dominoes are going to fall.
Right.
Yeah. That's
so he released a statement earlier, said, I just finished speaking by telephone with Putin of Russia. The call lasted approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes. We discussed the attack on Russia's docked airplanes by Ukraine and also various other attacks that have been taking place by both sides. It was a good conversation, but not a conversation that will lead to immediate peace. President Putin did say, and very strongly, that he will have to respond to the recent attack on the airfields. We also discussed Iran and the fact that time is running out on Iran's decision pertaining to nuclear weapons. Putin and Iran, no. Yeah. They go on to talk about a little bit about Iran critical not having a nuclear weapon, but Putin said he's gonna have to respond to this, and it's not the only attack. They just attacked the bridge, the main bridge going from Russia to Crimea. And if you don't know the area, I've got a video here I actually want to play. This video actually shows some drone footage from the attack on the planes, and then I believe it also shows the bridge. Let's see. Let's look at the bridge first.
It would seem that people in this White House knew.
Ooh.
Boom.
Ooh.
It's like they targeted one of the supports. See, and that's the
That was
Crimea
placed in
on the
there.
left.
Something was placed in
Yes,
there.
it was underwater. They placed explosive. Crimea's on the left, Russia's on the right, and the rest of Ukraine's on the top. And they Russia's got control of Crimea. They have for the last 10 years. But yeah, it's there was other video. I didn't snag that other video, but here is the drone attacks. I had to mute it. They had some badass music playing, but we kind of get in trouble with the music. But check out these drone attacks.
It's crazy.
Like this is like Russia's main fleet right here. And I don't understand the tires. Those are tires or something. I don't know.
Oh, those are the drones shooting at those planes?
Yeah, they're kind of like go down to it and explode.
Oh shit.
Like it's a missile in itself. There's good video. It gets better. And they released it. They claimed it. It's not like they're faking it.
Oh, no,
But Putin,
they said, "Oh, it was us."
oh yeah. This is a Ukrainian state TV right here that released it. Or government, I think. I don't know. I don't speak Ukrainian, but Putin today.
You think there's going to be a World War III?
Yes. Well, it's very easy that it could be because, I mean, World War II or one.
And do you think us Americans are going to get into this?
Look, these are very like surveillance planes right here. So we might have been okay with this. I don't know.
Yeah, Leo, to answer your question, yeah, I think we'll get into
Boom.
You think? But who do you think we're going to help
Boom.
out here?
Russia.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think
How
we're
about
going to
the
do.
tires?
I don't see Trump
exactly-
wanting to help Ukraine if he's got to pick a side.
Yeah, I think
Right now, he's been trying to end the war.
the theory was that this is going to weaken Russia, which is good for America. But the problem is the last administration was actually throwing money into Ukraine along with the rest of Europe. And it was not our business. Like, we shouldn't be throwing our money into it. Billions and billions and billions of dollars went to this dude in a jumpsuit. And I mean, we're talking about the same kind of people here. Ukrainians aren't any better than Russians. If not, they're more corrupt.
Do you think this is
Look at all-
actual
look at all-
footage,
look at-
or do you
yes.
think
Oh,
that
yeah.
there's AI?
It's actual footage because Putin acknowledged it. That's why he's saying this. He's got to respond to this. Look at the devastation, and here's the problem. If we had anything to do with this, either way, they consider it game changing globally, because there's a treaty, a global treaty, I guess, amongst nuclear powers. I don't know that. I didn't look it up, but I should have. And you have to have a certain percentage of your fleet publicly known to other nations of the same status.
Right.
You know, like, okay, here's my nuclear fleet, and I know where your nuclear fleet is. That way we can see if something changes, you know. Right. It's that mutual destruction kind of deal. Like, we're equal, but you know, we're going to know.
Right.
So this is knowledge to other countries at that nuclear status. So how did Ukraine have this knowledge? I mean, there's a spy network also, but
how'd they miss these drones though? For them to get so
well,
close to
they
this
were
stuff?
in a truck parked down the road.
Not too far
They
away.
utilized local Wi-Fi networks and hotspots on cell phones,
Huh.
and they just remotely freaking flew them. And,
So by the time they even knew that they were there, they were already striking.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty wild.
If they got that kind of technology and that kind of,
I mean, give them credit.
you know, like, just think about what they could do to us as well,
Yeah.
too. You know,
Well,
But what have they been
China.
doing?
I should have
Yeah.
grabbed that footage.
I
I
mean,
saw some footage from China.
Give Ukraine credit. It was smart, but at the same time, it was dirty.
Right.
Yeah, supposedly China can activate like 10,000 of these to operate in a grid
Really.
and like totally like scorched earth.
Well,
type
I mean,
shit.
if you think about it, we live here in the state of Florida, here in the Sunshine State, where everybody wants to come and hang out and live our kind of lifestyle. But hey, you guys are welcome here. Just don't bring your bullshit. That's all I gotta
Right.
say. But if you go down to Orlando, this place called Disney Springs, and they have a drone show at night with like hundreds of drones, and they have like a light show with the drones, and it's like so amazing. And yeah, you know, everything's got to be remotely. I guess everything's got to be like precise and stuff like that. Like the weather also has to be spot dead on, because I mean, one little drone, one little mistake, little wind or whatever. Yeah, it's just crazy how they could have like hundreds of these drones light up and make designs and figures and stuff like that in the sky. It's pretty awesome. Whenever you guys get a chance, if you guys here in the state of Florida, if you guys need a place to stay, don't stay with us, but there's plenty of hotels and stuff like that that you can
Yep.
So Leo,
stay at.
do you,
Figure out where
those
you're
are
staying,
all they're
where
all
you
on
can.
like a system, like a computer flies them, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they has to.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have them
Yeah.
like all
Program.
it's like a
programmed
program. Yeah,
to something.
That's
I'm
cool,
sure they
though.
have like an
Yeah.
engineer behind everything and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty amazing to think like, wow, it's drones that are up there making these figures, and the figures are with lights. So those drones have to have quite a few lights on them to be able to do like designs, and it's not a small little character.
amazing
or
what
whatever.
they
and
can
it's
do with
just like,
LEDs and
wow,
stuff,
man, it's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
amazing. It's like hundreds
Yeah.
of drones. It's pretty
So-
awesome.
So
Yeah,
this
good chance.
this operation was called Spiderweb, and it involved 117 drones, many of which were smuggled into Russia and assembled near the targeted air bases. These drones were launched from concealed locations such as unmarked shipping containers and roadside laybys, exploiting local Wi-Fi and mobile networks to coordinate the attack. Down here it says the strike resulted in the destruction or severe damage of 41 aircraft, accounting for approximately 1/3 of Russia's nuclear-capable bomber fleet. That's like very valuable to them.
Yeah, for sure.
The estimated financial damage is around $7 billion. The loss significantly hampers Russia's long-range strike capabilities and is considered one of the most substantial blows to its strategic forces in recent history.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they still have intercontinental ballistic missiles and stuff like that. So this could be it. You know, like this whole Russia-Ukraine conflict, this could be it. And if it weren't for Trump right now, I wouldn't doubt it if we would be,
The rest of
they'd
that,
be making plans for American troops on the ground already.
yeah,
You know, if we got stuck with a Kamala or,
you're right.
God forbid, another 4 years of Biden.
Well, and if it wasn't for Trump having his hand in on, you know, what's going on over there too, if let's just say he was completely standoffish and he wasn't dealing with either one, I think right now Russia would have already struck back immediately. I think we'd be seeing World War III possibly start
Well,
already.
there's no doubt
So-
about it. He's going to strike back.
So
Yeah.
okay, so let me ask you this,
And
right?
you can't blame him.
So let me ask you this, right? So say we do start a World War III, right? Do you think they're gonna have they're gonna ask these young men to go out there and what is it called? Like register to go
Be drafted, you mean?
be drafted? Yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. You think
So,
they're gonna go out there and get
Yeah, I
drafted?
think it depends how involved we get and
Well,
where
because
does it go?
think about it. We're gonna be involved, Vince. Like
Well,
this
no,
is
but I
gonna be an
mean,
involvement.
how-
We're gonna
how-
go out there and we're gonna get this shit done and
If-
take care of because we are America, and Americans cannot disappoint.
The
leader
question
that we
is,
have
what I
now,
mean by
Trump.
that is who all gets involved. So if China gets involved, yes, we'll be drafting people.
What do you think? Like the age of drafting, when do you think they're gonna stop? Do you think you want to get drafted?
Me,
Yeah,
I'm in my 40s. They don't want me.
they don't want you.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'll put on some night goggles and shit like that. Like I got them be like, hey, I'll be like, hey, I see you, Chino.
I
You
think
know, like
They ain't taking you. You're too old
Yeah,
right now.
we're
They're
all
gonna-
three-
they,
all
start,
three-
they start with the 18 to 20-year-olds.
Hey,
yeah.
that's
Eight-
hey,
25,
and
and,
as
then
they
if they get
die off,
desperate,
yeah.
they might go up to
So
30.
so in Ukraine,
I'll be the
that's
bus
how-
driver.
in Ukraine, that's how they did it though. And then I mean now they're taking 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds,
Right.
you know, and they're conscripting like people who weren't going. They were like grabbing them off the fucking street and making them go serve. You know, it's like pretty fucked up. You don't think that shit would happen nowadays?
No,
I mean,
you know that's what I'm saying. We're laughing about it. We're laughing about it. But wait till the day it comes. We're not gonna be laughing about it. It's just serious shit, man. Like we think it's funny, like we laugh about it and talk about it right now because it hasn't hit home yet. You know,
Right.
like a lot of shit has hit home this year. Oh, my bad. A lot of shit has hit home lately this year, and the beginning of or the end of last year, the beginning of this year. Like shit's not over yet, man. Like shit, we still have. This has only been like. How many days has Trump been in office? Like 110, 115 days?
I don't know, maybe like 120 by now.
Shit, we got
something like
a
that.
lot more to go to deal with this dude. You know, not just him, but people that don't like him, other countries that don't like him, people that don't want to like obey the rules. You know, like you guys, like we got a lot more to go. Like this is just the beginning. This is just we haven't even hit the bump yet. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, it gets closer every day. I think we get closer
Oh,
to
yeah,
World
for
War
sure.
III, and I think a war with Russia possibly. You might see ground troops. A war with China. I don't know. That might be more cyber related, which could hit home even harder.
With
I mean,
China?
well, just as hard. I mean,
I
just
mean,
as hard.
forget
China,
about it.
China's who I fear the most because
they get into the software.
Right.
More
And-
people can die here than would die on a war. in a
and
foreign
supposedly,
lands.
I mean, I don't
Listen.
know if it's true, but supposedly they claim they could pretty much shut all our cell phones down.
Listen,
Probably could.
not just that.
Even our iPhones have their parts in.
Listen, if China would ever disappear off of this earth, the whole fucking earth would probably fucking die with them too. Think about everything that we have nowadays is made in China, made in this, made in that. Da, 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 da. And everybody's upset because we're trying to cut that shit out. You know, like think about it.
We need to make ourselves self-dependent.
Yeah, like where's the hecho in Mexico, hecho in America, hecho in Brazil, hecho in, like, no, there is no such bullshit like that. Everything is made in China.
Yeah,
And-
we
and-
need China.
not
Everybody
just
does.
and not just that, but we buy it today, and in 2 weeks we're buying it again.
The throwaway society.
Why? Because it's piece of shit. It's crap. It's not quality, is what it is. You're gonna pay $2. Okay, ooh, it's cheap. I paid $2 and they're giving me a free one. Okay, I prefer to pay $5 and buy it one time. Done.
Yeah,
You know?
the whole thing with the tariffs in China.
Well, I mean, so what?
The CCP, which we can get into. I don't have footage, but there's
Pay for
another
it.
story when it comes to the CCP. There was the only way to get rid of them is their people are going to have to head to Beijing with torches and pitchforks, and the Chinese will do that. You take away their work, and then they have no food, and there's too many of them, and the cities are too dense, so they will revolt. So since the CCP has been in power since, I think,
They don't have their own
Tiananmen
farms.
Square or some shit like that, and no, but the people are socialized.
Right.
Like they work, they're fed, they have money, like they're part of that socialist communist network, and you take that away, they're gonna revolt, so that, I believe, is part of the long-term goal with China. But
Right.
sorry, I'm looking at the wrong monitor.
Yeah.
Man. I gotta get rid of this.
I don't know. I mean, to me, China is just, it's just outrageous now, man. Just everything that you turn around nowadays is made in China. I don't know. Like I said, it's made in China. It lasts for a week, and then in 2-3 weeks, I'm buying it again because it's just piece of crap.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm tired of it. I'm sure everybody else is tired of it. It's just, somebody's got to put the foot down and be like, hey, enough is enough. It's not me. I'm glad it's not me, because I couldn't deal with this bullshit. I have enough shit going on in my own life. You think, nope,
Right?
no, thank you.
So sticking with the Chinese story, 2 nationals were picked up today, I think in Detroit at the airport. Both like doctors or scientists. I've got a whole thing here. I ain't gonna read that shit though. And it was a 33 and a 34-year-old, I think, a
Chinese?
boyfriend and girlfriend. Yep. And they were caught smuggling in what? What do you think? You think Chinese fentanyl, maybe? Some shit like that? No, it was
Wasabi.
a fungus. It was a fungus, and I can't find the name there.
Something to get us all sick.
Well, it could.
Shit.
The FBI arrested the
Hongos.
couple in connection with allegations related to Jian's and Liu's smuggling into America a fungus called Fusarium graminarium, which scientific literature classifies as a potential agroterrorism weapon. The noxious fungus causes head blight, which I have no idea what it is, a disease of wheat, barley, maize, and rice, and is responsible for billions of dollars in economic losses worldwide each year. The fungus toxins cause vomiting, liver damage, and reproductive defects in humans and livestock. So tell me that they're not actively trying to
It's chemical.
penetrate our layers, like what we saw the
Chemical
spy
warfare.
balloon. We
That's-
saw lasers over Hawaii. Like we've seen all kinds of shit.
That to me is chemical warfare, and that's one of the things that's most scary, because I mean, God forbid something like that got into our water supply, or just how quickly they could wipe out sections of our
Yeah.
country. People dropping dead left and right because of the water they drank.
Very quick. There's John from TGI Now
What's up,
podcast.
John?
Hey, John, how's it going? If you don't know who John is, he is one of the 3 hosts of TGI Now podcast. They air on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. and are also affiliated with Any River Connection. So make sure you check out anyriverconnections.com, where you can find them and Binford Chronicles, The Board Report, a couple other ones. And we're working on another one. Hopefully, we're going to encourage the hosts to get going here soon. So if you're listening out there, CJ, yep, I'm talking about you. Okay, my next story. Biden. We kind of touched on Biden and his freaking.
Where's he at?
Who knows? He's been dead. I think he was assassinated. Trump said he was assassinated a long time ago, but they finally decided
Can't
to
stand fucking Trump.
launch investigations into his pardons because of the auto pen, right?
Yeah.
So now, knowing what we know now, how much of the things his signature was on was actually him signing.
And see, that's what I was talking about the other day, Mike. Like, okay, we don't know that now. We might not know it in our lifetime, but somebody else's, maybe my kids or my great grandkids, will someday be like, hey, this guy signed something, but now it's coming to light. It's not coming to light now, and it probably won't, but it will at some point be like, this guy had a stamp, or what was the thing called that he was
Auto
stamping?
pen.
Auto pen.
Yeah, the auto pen.
Now they all
So
use it.
okay, but now everything that he auto signed or whatever, like laws and bills and stuff like that, like what are they going to do with that? Like how are they going to take that
I
back?
think they're all under question.
Say people that got
And-
arrested and are in prison or for whatever reason, you know, like how are they going to get that time back? How is that fair to them?
Now, they should be able to
Right.
tell if it was auto pen or not.
You know,
if
like
they
how
really,
is that
there's
going
a
to work
certain
out? For it?
pressure. It'll be consistent. Like they say that they should be able to take a signature and they
Right.
should be able to tell whether or not it was really him.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, then there again, what are you going to do with all those people that got hurt or all those people that whatever reason, you know, like what are you going to do?
Yeah, there's damages. Well, I think especially knowing that he wasn't in his full capacity now, and all the people who lied for him and covered up for him. I think now, I think everything his name
What
is on is under question.
here's my question. What about the people that he pardoned? Was that the auto pen? Is this son
Yeah.
no longer pardoned?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
because
saying,
they
like-
were signed when he wasn't even in the country.
So
I
can
believe.
we now go after Hunter Biden again? And
Well,
some of these other people that he pardoned?
Here's the article from Just the News, which I don't really know how credible they are, but I saw this come across other sources also, that the Justice Department is launching an investigation into former President Biden's pardons and use of auto pen, according to a report. Reuters reviewed an email sent by U.S. pardon attorney Ed Martin on Monday, in which he wrote that the investigation involves whether Biden was competent and whether others were taking advantage of him through the use of auto pen or other means. Trump has claimed that Biden used auto pen for pardons. It did not sign the pardons or know anything about them. It is unknown whether Biden used auto pen on pardons. However, the Oversight Project, an investigative arm of the Conservative Heritage Foundation, alleged excessive use of auto pen signature by Biden when he was in the White House. It goes on to say that the evidence they're gathering and there's allegations or assumptions, and that's what they are. I mean, he was the former president, but now knowing he's got stage 9 prostate cancer, and we've seen him deteriorate. I don't even think that was the same Biden that was vice president. And then there's accusations of there actually being different Bidens, which could be, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy, but would that surprise you?
I wouldn't put it I wouldn't say it couldn't happen. That's for sure. I mean, there's been movies where that's been done, where presidents have died.
And they tell us
I can't
the
remember.
truth about what they're
Yeah.
going to do.
I
ahead
can't
of time.
remember the name of the movie, but it was pretty good. And they found a lookalike somewhere and turned the guy into the new president. Told him what to say. Wore an earpiece, telling him what to say, how to act like him. I wouldn't say it's not feasible. That's for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'd like to think, no, we watched the guy deteriorate, and that was him. But
he was different some days.
he was-
It's
yeah.
like
it's.
he was never with it in the last 8 years, I
Yeah.
believe.
I mean, he definitely showed forms of dementia.
thank God we didn't get stuck with another.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's John in the chats. Yeah, you're on target, Vince. Yeah. So, investigation into Biden's auto pen, which I think they should. What do we got here? We got
Hey,
another article.
Where's Elon Musk at, man? I missed that cat. Where's he
his
at?
time is over in government. He was only
he?
a special. a special employee, which they only get 100 days or something like that
Fucking
to serve before their
shit.
authorizations are just automatically removed.
Damn it, Elon Musk is
Yeah.
like a fucking
Did you
like
hear?
a seasoning.
Well, he's
when
still out there and he's still very vocal because of
Is
the
he?
big, beautiful bill, and he's very much against it because now,
Yeah.
oh, he's
it's-
against it now.
yeah, because
Well,
it reads now that in the bill,
But he was
each state can regulate AI in their own way. So that means to do business in the United States, if you have any kind of AI involved,
Mhm.
you might have 50 sets of laws to deal with.
That makes it very hard for
Right.
him having an AI company. Now he's got, instead of just having one set way that it's done, he, like Mike said, 50 different ways that you may have to adapt your different AI programs and apps and how it's used. So that's going to cause a
Yeah.
huge headache for
So
Elon Musk.
so now he's in favor of federal regulation. You know?
You know,
But
and-
that can
and
be
the other-
achieved by,
he's
by
all-
But listen,
he's also not happy with the spending.
Vince,
Like he doesn't want he wanted more spending.
Vince, but you know what? That tells me that right there. A lot of people might disagree with me. A lot of people, 90% of the people are going to agree with me that watch the channel, but 10% won't. That is what you call good friends, because good friends disagree with each other. And
Yeah.
at the end of the
Well,
day, they're still going to be at the office together, standing next to each other. So, hey, say whatever you got to say about Elon Musk. Say what you got to say. Hey,
some
That's
even
that's what you call leadership, because he's going against the president after he was just standing and say, "Hey, listen, I don't like what you're right now, and but I'm still here. I'm still gonna stand right next to you. What's up?"
some say
You
that
know, hey,
they're-
it is what it is. That's how friends are. Like we'll sit here and disagree and be like, "No, this is not good," or "No, I don't like that," or "I don't like this." But at the end of the day, they're still there together, working on whatever
Yeah.
needs to get
some
worked on.
some will even say that
That's
the
it.
disagreement, some of it
Yeah,
it's
it's not
well,
disagreement.
they're saying some of it's actually on purpose.
Yeah, it could be,
Um,
but hey,
so
what it is, what
if,
it
if
is.
the two of them are divided, you have some people that are going to be on the fence that if both Trump and Elon went this right, they're going to go left. Well, now
Right.
they don't know which way to go, so it may sway some of the people in favor.
It could be just to stir the pot up, just to see what people's reactions do, see what they say, see, just to see. Hey, sometimes you gotta understand, people up there is all it is a show. They're puppets. They're just trying to see what the world is doing, what people are gonna do, how they're gonna
the
react,
actors. And that's what I said.
how
on
they're
the-
gonna react,
That's what I
how they're gonna
said
do
at
stuff.
Crash at Night the other day.
You
I
know,
said
it's
I think they are all actors. Like we call them deep state and establishment, and I don't know if there's any secret network that they're told what to do, but I think they're useful idiots and actors put in place because we know exactly what they're going to do,
yeah.
and not us, but like the bad people, like the George Soroses and stuff like that. Yeah,
Well, it's like even like when they made us mask up, it was a social experiment.
Yeah, man.
How much of your rights could they take away? They wanted to see what was the boiling point. How long could we do it for before people started pushing back?
And see, and look, and this is why they put Obama where Obama needed to be at the point, was because to see, let's get this stuff going a little bit more, because we don't see this anymore. It's fading away. It's going away. Let's bring it back. Let's be a change. And that's what was his slogan, change. And that shit got a lot of fucking people, And there you go again. It was just a reaction to see what happened. But that reaction went into reality. And now look where we're at. Everything you turn around now is like, oh, you're racist. Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're racist.
everything. Yep.
It's like, wait a minute. Like, what happened? It's just crazy, man. People nowadays. But hey, whatever. Do you smile? Keep on walking. One thing I learned is just keep your head up, man. Fuck this shit. Don't put your head down. Yo, fuck.
We'll own it at least.
Yeah,
But anyways, let's do the Warrior Weekend
for sure.
ad. It's a couple minutes, but check it out. It's important. It's coming up. And if you're watching on X or anywhere else, hit the thumbs up. Don't go anywhere. Watch
We'll be
this
right back.
powerful little ad for Warrior Weekend.
The Warrior Shield Foundation proudly presents Warrior Weekend, a 3-day event from September 5th through September 7th at the Rosen Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida, which honors and supports the Corporal Chad Eric Oleg Schlager Foundation for PTSD, raising awareness and resources for its vital mission to help our most valuable heroes, our veterans. This powerful weekend will feature live performances by country music recording artist Ryan Weaver.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone.
American Idol runner-up Bo Bice.
Tired of looking down roads, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than slave.
Christian contemporary and country artist Natasha Owens.
God and country strong, give me a cowboy who knows left from right from wrong.
Florida native and national recording artist Sean Holcomb.
You just watch your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. There's a compass and a map if you need.
In addition to all of the musical artists performing at the event, meet John Tig Tigan and Dave Boone Benton. 2 true American heroes who stood their ground and defeated armed terrorists on September 11th, 2012, in Benghazi, Libya. Not only can you meet Tig and Boone, but you can spend the day at the range, shooting and learning from the best of the best. Another hero that you will not want to miss is Colonel Gregory Gadsden, an American actor and motivational speaker, and a retired colonel and former commander in the United States Army. Colonel Gadsden is also a bilateral, above-the-knee amputee who served in the Army for 25 years of active duty as a field artillery officer. Nowhere else will you be able to meet this all-star lineup while supporting our veterans and first responders. This is an event of a lifetime, and one you do not want to miss. Get your tickets now, online, at warriorshield.org, and support those who fought and sacrificed so much for all of us.
Me, guys, it's your boy Leo
There we
from
go,
2 Point
and that's
Podcast
not right.
with Mike, Leo,
Nope.
and me.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Keep trying. There we go.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are
You
back.
can tell our things got shuffled around back in our own studio on
Hey, that's okay, man.
StreamYard. So mind us while we redo some more graphics. Let us know what you think about the background and the logos and stuff like that. The logo's kind of the
Hey,
same.
look where we're at. Look at our
Eddie
backgrounds,
Smith actually
everything.
made our logo. I just
So
had
we're
to-
pretty cool, man. Hell yeah.
So what else did we have on the whole Biden thing? That you
The-
remember that wench that used to do his press? You know Caroline Levitt, the one now,
Yeah.
right? She's cute.
Yeah.
She's blonde. She's badass. And I don't mean like good looking because I don't think she's hot, but she's good looking. But she knows her facts and she's ready. Like the slight chance you might ask about some stupid shit that happened last week, she's got facts in her folder.
Yeah, you don't
and
catch,
she's ready to get on it. And
you don't catch her off guard.
no. Biden's last press secretary, that Karine Jean-Pierre, whatever the hell her name was, she was freaking horrible. She was a DEI pick. I mean, we all know how that went with a lot of stuff, but I've got the video here somewhere. What the hell happened to it? Okay, here it is. She's going independent, by the way. She's written a book.
Oh yeah.
She's leaving the Democratic Party and she's going to be an independent. Let's see. This was a
Hey, what
back and
happened to
forth.
Troll?
He might be working tonight. Troll's a good follower, so I suppose we'll see Troll sooner or later. But here is Karine Dream.
That President Biden was slipping. It would seem that people in this White House
This
knew
goes with the investigation
that
into
President
Watergate.
Biden was slipping, and it was hidden from the American people. So who ordered White House officials to cover up a declining president?
I know that that is a narrative that you love and
Well,
to.
wait,
No,
in
wait,
10 days,
hold on.
he did a press conference
Hold
at
on.
NATO. I'm in it. There's all these things that I need to finish,
minute.
and then 10 days later, I'm dropping out.
Okay, wait, okay, you're asking me like multiple questions here. Let me, wait. First of all, there's been no cover-up. Want to be very clear about that. I know that's the
Okay.
narrative that you all.
Oh, I
Wait, no, you can't. Okay.
You said
I've
so.
been with President Biden for 5
Are
years.
you gonna let me answer the
Mike.
question?
Would
Yeah,
you at
right.
least admit that
We
these
voted for the
bills-
wrong guy.
I-
Damn,
wait.
we fucked up.
Can I
This
answer
is
the
old
question?
video,
Yes.
obviously.
All right. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. To your first question, it is not a cover-up. I know that is the narrative that you all want. It is not. I'm going to say this again, and you're going to hear it directly from the president. I hope you listen tonight. I think it's going to be incredibly powerful and important. The Oval Office, presidents, as you know, when they make speeches from the Oval Office, it's because there are important moments that they want to directly make sure that the American people hear from them. And it's obviously going to be done in prime time. I would listen to the president. And then what I will say is that it is not easy making a decision that the
Not easy
president made
listening
on
to her
something.
either.
It-
Yeah,
I was going to tell you to pause it, Mike, because you know what, Mike? You know how I know these people are fake?
how's that?
Because they don't have regular clothes like regular human beings. Like I could not be standing in a podium with a suit and tie and
It's a different life, Leo. It's a different life than
oh,
what me and you live.
Mike,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah,
Yes,
you're
it's
right.
A different life.
You're
yeah.
right. A different life that is fake.
It's corporate. It's
it is so
professional.
Yeah,
We're
but
not
it's so
that.
fake. Like it's just fake.
Yes.
Like it's just like
Well, politicians.
they
are
could never.
fake.
They could never. Yes, and that's my whole point. Like all this is fake. Like me, you, Vince, Mike, the TGI Now crew, everybody else that's on here, man. Like we're all real. Like this is us. Like this is like dead ass. Like real human beings. These people you see on there that it's just fake, man. Like I don't know. Like I see that's why I don't like watching the news because it's like just fake. She's just like she herself is just like trying to like waste time to figure out what she's gonna say.
Yeah,
and,
she was horrible.
you know, and
She
it's
was
just
horrible
like
at the job.
why are you being so fake? Like everybody, like just tell us, just say what
Well,
you gotta say.
And it's got to be
You know,
hard
it's just-
not to be so fake when you're covering up something so obvious.
Okay, so then how do they have a job? Put me up there.
DEI picks.
I'll probably be a better. I don't know. I can't speak on a podium, but you never know. I'll tell them the truth. No.
I wouldn't be good at it
Sorry.
because I would drop the F-bomb
Okay,
left
but
and right. And,
okay, but you would be truth. Maybe that's what people want to hear.
well, I mean, that's what people like us would probably like to hear.
Okay, and you're being honest. You're not hurting feelings, but that's just what people want to hear. People
But
want to hear
why do you think that is? That it rubs a lot of people rub Trump. He really rubs a lot of people the wrong way. Trump, because he speaks. He's him. He's not fake. Let's give him that. He is Donald Trump is Donald Trump.
Yeah,
He rubs
exactly
a lot of
what you
people the
see.
wrong way,
he rubs me over. on
and
the
I know he
wrong way.
does, and that's fine.
but he gets
you,
results.
but
Yeah,
you
he
know,
gets
a lot of
results.
what he does is,
Right.
and he's trying to
To
make
get
America
results.
better.
Right, I understand. I understand his vision.
Yeah.
You know, like I
There's
understand his,
things that are going on right
Right.
now that he has done that I disagree with.
right.
So we all work together, and where we work, we have people that are going to lose their jobs because they're no longer authorized to work here. And I personally have come out and I've said it a few times. I think the immigrants that are here that are already working, paying taxes, contributing to society, not selling drugs on the street, not living off the government, those are the ones that I think they need to figure out a way to get a program going, get them citizenship.
So the
Ones that are
yeah.
not working, the ones that are mooching off the government, living in,
So
and
the ones working
houses
on it,
that aren't
though,
theirs,
but here's the
they
thing:
need to go.
the ones working on it aren't the ones being targeted, and the ones who, and I think here's what we're seeing in our area is a lot of these people were here from the islands on protective
Right.
status, and that protective status was extended twice, and now due to a new order, that last
just been
extension's
canceled.
being canceled. And if you weren't already in the category of the next step, that's revoking your protective status. You got to go back and start over, or do whatever you got to do. Get a lawyer, whatever. I mean, a lot of people came here and did it the right way, and I don't think it matters which island you come from or which border you cross. I think it's sad. I mean, that some families and some hard workers are having to part ways, but I mean,
The rest of what he's
MAGA.
doing, I'm fine with. But that's the only
Yeah.
thing I do feel bad for the ones that have been here working. Yeah, maybe they didn't move forward like they should have with the process, but they also had a president that just kept extending.
Well,
it
that's the
before.
problem for
Right.
decades.
He created the
not just
problem.
Biden. Well, he invited a lot in,
Right.
but for decades, they all deported illegals.
Well, yeah, actually,
Obama did quite a
Obama,
few. Yeah,
I think actually more than Trump's done so far.
but none of them did enough. They
Right.
still were letting in 3 times more than they were taking out, if not more. Biden
Okay.
was more than 10 times.
Okay, so you guys brought this shit up, right? So let me speak now because I'm the
You came over the border.
I'm
You're-
the
You're
cat,
the amigo.
I'm the category. I'm the 1% in this bitch. So, damn, I lost the fucking.
Well, there's 3 of us, so you're the 33.3%.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we're pretty diverse. Vince is Italian, so it's like,
Oh, this is what I was going
pretty
to say.
close to
I'm
black.
half
I
black.
remember. So this is how you know what side the news is on, because if it was happening during also Biden's administration, it was also happening
All of them.
during Obama, all of them,
And Bush.
all of them. That just tells you who the media, who the news is against.
Right.
With, you know, I mean, that just tells you, because if it's happening, if you guys are saying it happened in every administration, every president did this, every president deported people, maybe it was a different category. Maybe this person deported.
Well, if they got picked up in for any reason,
Right,
if you're
but
here illegal
Right.
and you get picked up, it's like, okay, I mean, this is like, even if you're if you're wanted on a warrant,
Right.
technically you're an illegal. They pick you up in a traffic stop, they're taking you in.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, so
and-
it's a kind of like an open warrant. Like if you're here illegally, I mean, we got to put you through
One
this
of the
process.
reasons too why it's such a big thing right now, why there's such a focus on it, is Trump knew when he was running that this was a problem that a lot of people wanted to see fixed. So he's putting it's out there in the spotlight on
Right.
purpose. You know, we a couple weeks ago we did the thing where at the White House they had signs for the people that they were, you know, deporting, and they're advertising it because they know a lot of the people voted for this.
Now it is sad because there are families affected
Absolutely.
by cousins, brothers, uncles that might not have been born here, or
Right.
you know, for one reason or another. But
We know a couple women that their husbands have,
Yeah.
you know, broke the family up.
yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of energy out there and a lot of emotion. We talk about emotion all the time, and it'd be nice to see that put towards resources to help those people get on the right track or get back.
Right.
You know, because I mean, nobody belongs in a shithole.
Right.
Now, about the people I know who are having to go back to their island, they're all able-bodied, smart, well, most of them, people. So, and if you're leaving such a bad circumstance, you know, these are what we hear about coming across the southern border: young, able-bodied males, military fighting age males that are here seeking asylum from a country where they should be taking care of their own. So I you know, there's a catch-all, and it is a sad situation, but fortunately we got to clean it up, and the Band-Aid coming off does not feel good.
No.
My other story here before we get going is
Mike, we don't have to get going right
no,
now.
we don't, but I do want to cover the story though before we wrap it up. And where was I going?
It would seem that people.
No,
You know what? I saw something
Nope.
the other day on Facebook, but I don't know. if we
another
might get
hideous.
I don't know if we would get is appropriate or not. Is about that lady in Gifford.
What about it? You heard news about her?
No, I read a post that she had put out there.
About
just-
something local?
Yeah, about something local about how Indian River County busted into one of the, what was it, like Dodger Town, elementary school or something like that into the auditorium while they were having graduation. You didn't read about that?
No, you have a screenshot. You don't
Uh,
have to say names if you don't want to. Well, you look for that. Let me talk
Okay,
about this
yeah,
because
let
we
me look
talked
that-
about the
yeah, for sure.
CCP, right? And communists and this and that. So a lot of states have passed laws banning the CCP from buying up more farmland in the United States. Now, sadly, Florida has quite a bit of land, especially in the Orlando area and down by Miami, that's owned by the Communist Party of China. But this is Katie Hobbs. She is the placed governor of Arizona. She's the one who supposedly beat Carrie Lake. Like, this is a horrible look-alike from Rosie O'Donnell, I think. A lot of crazy shit happened in Arizona. We all know since the last election they stole from Trump. But yeah, so she vetoed a bill that would have banned China from owning farmland. So what do you think about that, Vince? With the thought of them bringing in fungus and with them supposedly they were doctors bringing it in to do research at Michigan.
That's not a good thing because so they're bringing this fungus in now. You're going to let them have land where they may be putting this fungus in food that we're going to end up eating, whether it's animals and then we eat their meat, or plants that, vegetables, stuff like that they could be putting this fungus in and essentially starting.
Don't mind me. I'm going to share this other screen that's a little better.
Essentially starting chemical warfare.
So this picture here shows Chinese-owned farmland in America.
Wow.
Very close to the Space Force, to MacDill Air Force Base over there in the Tampa area. Look it up in the Virginia area,
The Washington area,
North Carolina.
Some of that looks pretty darn close to where we're at in Indian River County. That little dot
it's
there.
pretty damn close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Over there in California, look, they're pretty much Chinese already. Except their eyes are wide open. Doug Way Proving Ground. I don't know what that is, but Hill Air Force Base. I know that a lot of these are very important, strategic Air Force bases. What's that over there in Hawaii?
Yeah,
it looks like they own a whole island.
Look like it, doesn't it? The whole farm. It's a farm. Think about
Yeah,
it. It's
like,
a
what are
farm.
they doing there?
I sent you the
So like a good question I got into with Crash with Crash the other night,
right.
Chris the other night on Crash at Night, and was about the missing kids. They talk about 500,000 missing kids.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you sent me here. They talk about the 500. Where'd you send it to? Oh, holy shit! I can't read all that. Where's all these 500,000 kids?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell all these kids are going to. They disappeared. They I don't know. They ship them different places. They traffic them.
Where?
They traffic
500,000 kids though. That's pretty good sized city worth of people. 500,000 kids. Are they eating them?
Sent around the world, probably as sadly enough, sex slaves in a lot of cases.
Okay, so where's the money? That's the other thing Chris brought up the other night. If it's the number one industry, child trafficking, sex trafficking, where's the money?
Yeah.
So you would be able to find these kids somewhere.
Good point.
And then you would be able to find the money. There'd be somebody behind it. If it's an industry,
a lot,
or is it just part of the narrative? Because I think we would know. I think we would see a lot of kids around the world. I mean, like, what? They're not coming over our southern border.
Well, I mean,
to go into Europe.
Several celebrities that have come out and talked about how a lot of celebrities are tied up in it. I can't think of the one guy. He's
maybe
he's got
on
two
these
brothers.
Chinese farms.
They're all actors, and he's come out and spoke against it.
Maybe they're on some of these farms down here.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't believe the number. First of all, that's a crazy fucking number. And don't forget, I'm not saying that it's not a bad situation going on, but don't forget they lied to us about the war on drugs also to get you to be okay with that, and the Patriot Act They lied to you about that to get you okay with that.
I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers are exaggerated. Absolutely.
Right.
It's
I don't
definitely- it's
deny
definitely
I
going
don't
on.
deny the sex trade out there,
Don't deny
sex
it.
trafficking and stuff like that. But 500,000 kids or even 300,000 kids, that's a lot
They
of
they
it's a lot.
exaggerate the numbers on a lot of COVID numbers that were put out there back when people were dying.
Okay.
All of a sudden, nobody died from the flu. Everybody died from COVID.
Because there's a song
Hos-
that goes, I don't
hospitals-
deny it. I know, what's it?
Hospitals were being paid money for every person that they said died from COVID.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
for
probably
sure.
had people having heart attacks, and they're saying, "Well, it was because of COVID."
Hey, where's the clicker at? Back then, it's so funny, man. Like, it's just, I cannot believe we fucking got stupid on COVID.
So
It's just like,
my point is they for one reason or another, which is usually always going to have money behind it. They always
Oh,
they
yeah.
always exaggerate numbers on everything.
for sure. I was saying that the COVID numbers, Vince. Like, you remember every day there was like an update.
Oh, there used to be a
Like,
ticker
it's
in the freaking news.
Oh man, like where's it at?
There was a ticker on the screen.
Bring it back.
How many people died? Like every day, you'd turn it on to see how many died.
Like where's that at nowadays? Like it's gone. You
Well,
couldn't
thank
find
God.
it.
Thank God.
It's gone. You know why it's gone? Because now they just erased it from everybody's head except mine. Because I still remember shit
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who haven't forgotten.
What is that thing called? The fucking thing that disappears, the fucking makes you forget things.
Oh, the Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
You don't think they're gonna hit us with the fucking Mandela effect so that we can freaking forget about Biden and forget about all that bullshit?
You never know.
Might be in the water you drink.
Watch, Vince, watch. I'm speaking now. I'm speaking to the fucking universe because I
Well,
feel
I
like
mean-
they're gonna people are gonna forget about it. And if you guys don't follow us or give us a like or give
Well,
us that share,
If you really get into Mandela theory,
People
all
will never
this will be
find
gone. It won't exist anymore.
that's what I'm
Leo.
saying, Vince. Give us a
It'll
like,
just-
give us
it'll all
a
be
share,
gone.
man. Put it out there so it doesn't go away. It
What
doesn't
was-
disappear.
There was different like characters where they're like it just changed, like the Peanut Man, Mr. Peanut with the cane.
Yeah,
Something to
the
do with
Monopoly
the mon-
guy.
yeah, and the mono. What do you call those?
Yeah,
With
but
the mono glasses,
Monoculars or
whatever
some
the
shit
heck
like
they're
that.
called.
I'm telling you, man, these people will feed you. Everybody that got the COVID shot, that's our Mandela. Watch. They're just getting waited to just hit the switch.
until they
Boom,
recall it. Yeah.
boom.
Anyways, this was episode 120 To The Point podcast with Mike, Leo, and Vince. Next week, we won't be there. Maybe we might throw something out there, but it ain't going to be a full show. We'll
Mike's
see.
going on vacation.
I'll be on vacation.
His turn this
but,
time.
You know, I
Mark's
might,
our producer.
might sneak away and FaceTime these guys, and maybe we'll get a video out there. But anyways, make sure you hit the thumbs up, like, follow. Check out IndianRiverConnections.com and the work we're doing over there. If you have a business and you want to market to a 10,000 household market of pretty high income consumers, though, hit us up and check out Any River Connections. You'll find more information what you can do with us there. And we look forward to seeing you in a week or a half, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Something like that.
unless, yeah, most
Yeah.
likely.
We're free now, but we're not going away. So
Free as a bird
next
now.
week, vacation, Key West, Keys, Marathon, whatnot. But other than that, we'll see you all later. Leo, you got anything else? What's your Instagram, Leo?
My Instagram is Leo. Give me a second, guys, and I'll give you guys an update of what that is. It is Leo, or excuse me, it is Leonzo, LEONSOM06.
And TikTok?
And TikTok is
You gotta get on this shit.
yeah, I know, man. I gotta write it down. My TikTok is beards with Leo. Actually I like TikTok. I gotta get more used to putting videos out there, but I do this is one thing I do make sure I go on there every single day though, Mike, and because they have this little bubble. I've always liked the bubbles. I've always liked to think what people are thinking in their bubble. Like I wish people would walk around and they would have a bubble and be like, I know what you're thinking. You know,
It's
like
a
that's
good
just,
thing they don't.
Leo, you don't
not
do.
what we want.
Oh
Leo,
well, listen,
not what
Leo,
well,
this
listen.
sounds
if-
like a video game,
Vince.
like a computer game, The Sims, where they have that
No,
little
no, no.
bubble above them.
Well, yeah, kind of. Well, listen, Vince, if you guys want to know what's going on my bubble, as soon as I wake up in the morning, you guys are more than welcome to follow me at Beards with Leo. Just a little of what I got going on. Today's thought in my head was The only thing, hump, and I put like a little peach, you know, like a peach, like a little butt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I said the only hump I see on Wednesday.
Is a peach.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
make sure you
because it's-
follow Leo on X also at Leo Bearded 20.
That's right.
You can find Vince on X at Vince_to the point. You can find mine at tothepoint.com.
For
That's
sure.
DOTCOM. And make sure you give us a like and a follow there. But
Yeah,
most
definitely.
importantly, find us on Rumble. There's multiple channels, not just To the Point, but other work we do. So hit us up there, and we look forward to seeing y'all next week. I would
On
keep this
episode-
going for another hour and a half since we can, but I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, we gotta go to bed. We got work to do tomorrow. See you guys. Hey, we're out. Thank you guys again.
Peace out.
Peace.
Night.